played defensively. Nice try, coach. We understand where you're coming from. But the story of the game, Jay, was the Kings making threes because when the threes go in, the Kings, they win.
Man, it was against the Jazz. But see, Drape's going to come in and he's going to do Drape's takes and all that stuff. So I got to get him with Jay's takes before.
Yeah, Jay's takes.
No, shouts out to the Kings taking care of business because too many times, Whitey, how many times have you and Drape's been on air and talked about the Kings not taking care of business?
Last year we did that all the time in a situation like last year.
Exactly. So you got to give them their love where they love is due. They beat the Jazz. They took care of business. And again, it's better than us coming here on a Monday and talking about how they didn't take care of business and Drape's throwing his arms up because I know he had a fantastic weekend. So I didn't want that to take away from what he did over the weekend. So yeah, shouts out to the Kings getting it done. But I did not watch the game past halftime. I got other stuff to do.
Drapes, did Taylor Swift take care of her business this weekend?
Man, you don't even, dude. Now is not the time to talk to me about Taylor Swift, Whitey. And
you're wearing a Taylor Swift sweatshirt.
Because here's why. We're going to be talking Taylor Swift for 2.5 hours. I'm on that kind of T-Swift high, big fella. Look at me. I got the Eras Tour sweatshirt. Cost me a pretty penny, but that's okay. It's not about that. It's not about that. And so I'm feeling good. And there's a reason why I'm late. Only a couple minutes.
You're not late. We're good.
This is early for me, actually. Yeah. This is early. But nah, man, I'm still on an emotional high, man. I driving in, I wanted to cry. I was so emotional. And you guys know this. You guys are parents. You got daughters. It was like that I had that special moment with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to talk. I wish I could bottle that up and have that every single day. I miss her today. She's at school right now. I miss her because of what we had this week.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing, man. Let me also say, because I stopped and got my lunch at Jack's Urban Eats. Shout out to them out in Folsom.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm coming out. I'm rocking the sweatshirt. And this woman goes, "What little girl has captured your heart like that?" What are you talking about? She's like, "You're wearing Taylor Swift." And she went on and on for 15 minutes talking about her and her daughter's experience out in Santa Clara at Levi. She said it was a life-changing moment. She said her daughter exorcised some demons at the Taylor Swift concert. And that's what kind of vibe it is, guys. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, I could go on for 2.5 hours.
Did you hear how he said OMG?
Oh,
he sounded like a teenager.
No, hey, I send OMG in the text sometimes too, Jay. That's it was, what she compared it to, and you're of age, you would know this. She said it's like going to Joshua Tree or something like that. It's not a concert. It's like emotional experience for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm still emotional right now, man. I'm struggling right now.
I like the hoodie.
You like this?
The hoodie dope.
I mean, it took
solid cream joint.
Yeah, and my daughter has the same exact one, and she's wearing it today. So
your sweatshirt game has definitely been upgraded over the last month or so.
You like this?
Yeah, that and your Royale.
Royale one,
nice.
Exactly, man. And now it's the time, right? It's December. It's getting cold outside. Great weekend, man.
Did you made it for the game made it back? My wife was saying last night, she's like, Drape's probably be gone. I was like, nah,
come on, man. You know me. I'm an Iron Man. It was, I did make it back. We landed at 1:30. By the time I dropped her off, it was 3:00. Then I showered, got ready. I got to the arena around 4:20, and my pregame show was at 5:30. Yeah. So, I'm all good. And I slept all last night, so I'm good now.
And you had time to sleep during a second half of a blowout, too. Did you rest in?
Jay, why are you hating on that?
Why am I hating on that? I'm just saying, man, take your time.
No, dude, I was composing my reel during the second half. I don't know if you saw the reel I threw up on Instagram, but it took me about 20 minutes to compose that reel. So I threw that up there, man. So
yeah. I asked him if he saw the whole game. He said no, and I said, "You missed Dougie McBuckets," and he said, "I don't care." Jay's like the Grinch today. The Kings Grinch today.
I just want to see if he's just the Kings Grinch, or did you watch the second half of the Niners game too, Jay? Or
no, that was blowout too, man.
Damn, dude. What are you doing with your time?
I'm in the season. Tis the season.
Putting up the tree.
Yeah, I was putting up the tree. I was barbecuing,
Yeah.
doing a few things. I was on the grill. Yeah, man, look, I appreciate the blowouts because then I don't have to stick to the TV.
Right.
And at the same time, we got the phones and stuff. It was background fodder, man,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. All right. How about those Kings? And I know Jay's, it was just Utah. They beat San Antonio on Friday. Same
Shots
way.
out.
Saying, you know what I mean? Like, and speaking of shots out, how about shots in? They made some shots.
Right.
This may be the changing that we've been hoping for.
I was just telling Jay when you came in, I don't know if you heard or
No, I
not,
didn't hear.
but I was saying that last night after the game, watching you and Morgan, and you were, I think it was Domas, and you asked him literally, I think you said, what the hell is going on with this team?
Right. Yes, I did ask him that. I mean, because it's been so up and down, and you know, and you heard what he said though. In terms of, he said shots are just going in now, and I'm like, is that all it took, just to hit a few shots, and this whole team is different? It was so crazy out there last night, Whitey. A guy was about to leave, and he came up the steps. He's like, Drapes, are we back? And I'm like, I think so. I really think so. I think, you know, whatever was going on the first 20 games of the season, Whitey, we got to put some respect on them. They've won 3 out of their last 4. As dismal as this season has felt, this team has won 75% of their last 4 games. They're trending in the right direction.
Yep.
And so I feel good about where we are right now.
The good thing about last night, to Jay's point, yes, Utah. You better beat Utah.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, that's exactly the type of scenario that last year caused so many problems for them.
Right.
They come off a road trip. They're home against a bad team.
Yep.
And how many times did we sit there the next day going, oh, what's wrong with
How
this
they
team?
lose to these guys.
Yeah,
exactly. And so we got to give them some credit for actually doing what they should do, because in the past, they haven't done that. Like, they put the curb stomp on the Jazz. The Jazz tapped out of that game last night. And the thing about it that I loved about what we saw last night with the Kings, they didn't let their foot off the gas. There was a little stretch there in the first half where I'm like, man, this should be a 20-point game. Jazz cut it to like 10 or something like that. I'm like, what are we doing? And then third quarter, we just took off. Like, that's the kind of focus and effort we need night in and night out.
Emmadrock in the chateau says, I lost my voice the last 8 minutes of the game when Dougie got cooking. Cole G says, beating a bad team by 40 is a good sign. But Campy says, you have to consider the victories. No Wemby, Utah is tanking, ...
Campy has to also understand where the Kings were before those wins. We're not in a position to look down on anybody. You know what I mean? 12th in the Western Conference, you know, having some terrible losses throughout this season. And it's not about just winning. It's about the way they won too, Whitey. The fact that they actually made shots, the fact that my guy, Kevin Huerter, who I'll talk about in Drape's Takes, looks like a 6th man of the year candidate based off of 2 games. Like, he looks happy and engaged, and I think we have found something over these last couple of games.
I don't know I know where he played, and I know he was a good player in Atlanta, but I have to think that might be his best game ever.
No, he had 31 last year.
But he has 10 of 14 last night, 6 and 9.
Dude, don't shortchange my guy. That was a good game for Kevin Huerter. That should be the norm, Whitey.
5 rebounds, 4 assists on 10 of 14 shooting.
He's good enough to, I'm not saying average 26, obviously, but this shouldn't be a surprise. Like, Kevin Huerter gets 26. Oh, my gosh, let's build a statue. No, we're going to need games like this from Kevin Huerter.
He had a great, all I'm saying is he was great.
Great all around.
Yeah.
Defensively, too. And Mike talked about it defensively. Yeah, he was great. But we've seen him have great games. And, man, that goes to show you just how important he is to this team, though. When he's hitting, we saw the number, what is it, 10 and 2 now, I think, when he scores 10 or more. Like, that's key. That's critical for us.
Colby Jones playing a little bit. Rob getting some minutes.
Right. How about Mike shouting out Colby Jones, too, in the post game? Like, for his defense on marketing. I'm like, really? Damn. And Colby played like 20-plus minutes last night, too. And so I thought everybody looked good. Doug McDermott. Like, the fact that he got to light the beam. And remember, we were up by 30 when McDermott checked into the game. But yet, 6 threes in a row. He had that place crazy. And then he said afterwards, it's the best place he's ever been.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, that's what's up, man. We're back. we're back up.
The celebration continues with Drape Steaks. We come right back with that on Sacktown Sports.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel are extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
So much more. We got to talk about the 49ers yesterday, huh? That was incredible. Soto's deal. We got a lot to get to. But right now, as we bask in the afterglow of that big Kings win last night, it is time for Drape's Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Kings fans, how we feeling today? We got to be up. We got to be feeling good because this team, this offense that we wanted to see from the get-go has finally arrived. I'm not saying this Kings offense, Whitey, is going to put up 140 points per game, but what we've seen the last 2 games, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly how the Kings need to play going forward. I don't know what happened the first 20-something games of the season. I'm not sure. It looked like a bunch of guys that just got thrown together. But these last couple of games, Whitey, and we talked to Malik Monk about it the other day after the Friday game. These last couple of games, the Kings actually look like a team. And when I look at it, I'm a point to, and I know y'all will be like, Drapes, we've been telling you. Malik Monk in the starting lineup has made that big of a difference.
Drapes, we've been telling you.
Hey, come on, Jay. Come on, big fella. I don't know what took Mike so long. I was backing Mike. I'm like, Malik's been great as a 6th man. If Kevin Huerter comes off the bench, what's going on? But no, Malik Monk gives this team some energy offensively. He is able to move the ball. He's able to create for others, and he's able to score on his own. And a lot of times, Whitey, I'll look at a team like the Celtics and what makes them great. You know what makes them great? What's that? They got 5 guys on the floor that you have to game plan for and that can create for others. That's why Derek White is so great. We know we can do defensively, but he can get his offensively. Drew Holiday the same way. We know what JT and Jaylen Brown can do. Now, when you look at this Kings starting 5, you got 5 guys that can go out there and get their own, and we're seeing the fruits of that. Look at that third quarter yesterday, 43 points. We're seeing the fruits of that. So shout out to Malik, Mike. Finally, this offense is clicking, Whitey.
Yeah, the offense is clicking when you got that democratic distribution
Yeah.
of shots,
Yeah.
right? When you need De'Aaron to score 60, he's capable of doing that,
Right.
which is great. But when you don't need him to score 60 and everybody's contributing, the offense is at its best.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing about what we're seeing with this Kings team offensively. My second point, De'Aaron Fox led the way with 9 assists last night. But some nights it's going to be Domas leading the way with the assist. Some nights it's going to be Malik Monk leading the way with the assist. And so this is the kind of offense that you dream of where the defense has no kind of response. They don't know how, and I understand it was Utah, ladies and gentlemen. I understand it was San Antonio. But the fact that we have so many creators out there, to me, that should make life easier for De'Aaron Fox, which we're seeing now. That should make life easier for Domantas Sabonis. You know, Domantas Sabonis didn't have a field goal until midway through the second quarter.
Shocking.
I was like, damn, he's got 0 points. And then all of a sudden, just like that, it changed. And so shout out one more time to Malik. I think this offense, in terms of creators, I'm looking at Keon Ellis with 5 assists off the bench, Whitey. And I understand guys made shots, but this is the way they got to play, man. This should be a 30-assist team night in and night out, not hovering around 19 or so.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. Also, the minutes. It was nice to see De'Aaron Fox lead the team in minutes. He didn't even play 31 minutes, and he led the team in minutes played.
How about Keegan, only 25? Usually he's been up at 39. And so I think Mike has sort of settled on the rotation going forward. The starting 5, we know that. Kevin Huerter, Keon Ellis, got to be in there as well. And then who do you go with? Maybe O-Rob, maybe Isaac Jones.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that. I think Mike has settled on a rotation. I mean,
Dude,
you know,
come on,
It's
Whitey,
Mike.
guys.
I love him.
No,
I'm a Mike Brown fan, but settle on a rotation.
all right, how about this? I will go out there, Kings fans, and say this. If Keon Ellis has another DMP CD at any point this year outside of injury, I'm trying to figure out what I'll do. I'll give away 2 tickets, Whitey and Jay, right here on this station.
Wow, okay.
Can I do that?
I don't
do
know
it?
if you can or not.
No, I will do that.
Be careful.
I know, right?
Really?
Be careful,
Yeah.
right? But I'll give away 2 tickets. How about that?
Okay.
At some point, I'll give away 2 tickets because Keon has to be in the rotation. Mike, we figured it out, big fella. We know what the rotation is set right now. Trey Lyles is going to come back. We're going to put him in there a little bit. But Keon, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles / Isaac Jones, that's our top 8 right there. That it has to be set. Lastly, I want all the Kevin Huerter haters to chime in right now. 916-339-1140. I want all the Kevin Huerter haters to text us. 916-339-1140. You know why I want them to do that, Whitey? Because they need to atone for their mistakes dissing my guy Kevin Huerter. You need to show your face. Have the same smoke that you had 2 weeks ago when you wanted to trade Kevin Huerter. Now, I need Kevin Huerter haters to stand up. Because they're crickets now, Whitey. This is the problem. When a guy has a bad game, everybody and their mom want to trade him. But when he has back-to-back good games like we've seen from Kevin Huerter, I need that same love. I need that same energy. Kevin Huerter is one of the keys to our season.
Yep.
Because we know about the shooting. We saw him create a little bit. We saw him rebound. He plays solid defense. And if he buys into that 6-man role, and I think I said it last week, or it might even been on pre and post, him and Malik should just flop. You know what I mean? All right, Malik's into the starting lineup. Kevin, you still can be a valuable 6-man. And it seems like he's embracing that role, knocking down shots, playing both ends of the floor. Give Kevin Huerter his flowers, Whitey.
You know what I saw last night that I don't remember seeing before was Kevin Huerter and Keon playing well together.
Yeah, together, right?
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right about it. I don't think I've seen that pairing out there. But, you know, give both of them credit. And here's the thing real quick, a bonus with Keon Ellis. And you and I have discussed this. When he's in the starting lineup, I want him to be able to score. But now that he's coming off the bench, he doesn't have to average 10 or 15 or anything like that. He's been doing a hell of a job creating havoc. And one of the things that, you know, I've talked about as a 6-man or a bench player should be a game changer. Either you keep it going how it's going, or if you need some new energy off the bench, Keon Ellis can be that game changer defensively. Kevin Huerter is that game changer offensively.
Keon Ellis has to be able to make the shots when he takes.
Right, when he takes
43% on threes right now.
Yeah, Whitey, but don't get a look at the numbers, big fella. Look at the eye test, Whitey.
Well, it's going in. It keeps making them. Yeah, how high a rate? 43%.
I'm
the
with
offense is coming around, as they say.
Yeah, and if he coming around, I like that. When he's out there, though, if he gets a good look, he has to let it fly.
Yeah.
And he's been making them. And so he should be a 20-minute kind of night guy. So should my guy, Kevin Huerter, as well. That's Drape's takes, man. I'm just still on an emotional high. The squad's doing well. Taylor Swift concert was amazing. Jay, Drape's takes is brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms.
Yeah.
Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
Let me say this for the Kings last night. I don't think this gets enough attention when it happens in a game.
Yeah.
They turned the ball over only 8 times last night. They got up and down the floor.
Yes.
8 turnovers is really good. That's why they got up 100 shots to Utah's 80.
Unbelievable. And not only that, Whitey, look at the amount of turnovers for each guy. Just one.
Yeah.
Keegan
great
won.
point.
Domas won. Malik won. Fox won. You know, they got Kobe for 2, but like everybody took care of the ball pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, a 9-to-1 assist turnover ratio for De'Aaron Fox. Tremendous. I mean, and I know Utah is terrible. I know they're not good, but there was a reason why they looked horrible last night. The Kings made them look horrible, and I thought that was impressive last night.
Did you spend a lot of time before the game talking with Mark Jones and Katie? Because they were gushing about your guy, John Collins.
Were they really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't talk to him about that.
I thought you and Jay,
Dude.
they got together, had pregame meals or something.
No, not at all. You know what it is? They listen to the show.
Okay.
And they understand, like, yeah, you know, Drapes and Whitey, yeah, and Jay. John Collins is a player. But no, it was John, you know, did his thing, 19-7, ho-hum. But, man, Larry Markkinen, handcuffs last night. This is a former All-Star who looked like he didn't want to even be out there, Whitey.
Yeah.
Like, they should have just shut him down at the half and not even played him the rest of the game. He looked terrible out there.
Do you think maybe Kevin Huerter has struggled a little bit to overcome that shoulder injury? Has that been part of it? Who knows? But I mean, it would make sense if it has been. But he had a couple games earlier where it's like, wow, he's really good. And then it's like, what happened? Last night, like I say, we all know he was great last night.
Now, I'm no lethal shooter, shot doctor, or anything like that, Whitey. But I feel like when Kevin Huerter is missing, we can see why. Like his shot is a little flat, comes off a little sideways a little bit.
Like nice gooseneck.
Had the nice gooseneck, like he was getting it up.
That one's going in.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
there's no tension in it.
No tension
at all. He's not shooting well. It's
like a double clutch almost sometimes, you know. And so watching him shoot yesterday and also on Friday, I saw the difference in the shot. And maybe to your point, it could be a shoulder situation. You know what I mean? Like if you got a jacked up shoulder, I imagine you can't shoot, you know, while you recover. And it takes some time to get that flexibility back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah. So now you get not only did you get some rest last night, nobody had to play major minutes. Now you get some days off to practice and rest up.
Yes.
You know who.
Yeah. For the Pelicans, no Brandon Ingram, no Zion. No excuses as far as I'm concerned.
Alvarado's hurt too.
Yeah, Alvarado's banged up. No excuses, Kings. Like, because here's the thing, Whitey. Do you believe this was the first back-to-back win for Sacramento since early November? Yeah. They went 16 games without a back-to-back win. Like, come on now. We got to be. So now I'm looking at this schedule. You got New Orleans, thorn in your side. Like, you got to go in there mentally locked in. You got a Denver team that's very beatable. Then you got the Lakers in a couple weeks. No, it's the Lakers next week, Thursday and Saturday. Like, you got winnable games here. And talking to the fans outside, and they echoed some of the same things we've said. Man, if we could just get a good 5-6 game winning streak, 7-game winning streak, this team will really take off. Now is the time.
Speaking of you talking to the fans, Brandon Dietzman says, howdy, folks. Got to say hey to Drapes quick last night while he was getting ready to start that halftime coverage. Our guy, Dapper Draper.
Oh, my guy. I didn't even he got to let me know, like, that's who he is. You know, tell me a screen name. You know, some people like, oh, I'm Farmer Bleezy. Oh, Farmer, like Brandon Dietzman, you got to holler at me, man. Let me know that's you.
Yeah, when we come back, we'll tell you how this week for the Kings is about putting last year behind them. Next on Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday. Through the afternoon, we should see clearing skies, a bit of a north breeze, and highs today in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's the year-end event right now at Folsom Lake Kia with huge year-end savings, low finance rates, and zero down deals with approved credit. Come see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Seasons change, but if you hope to stay healthy, your body needs to stay active year-round, whether that's in the gym or on the trail or at work, and that's where the Good Feet store can help. Good Feet's personalized arch support system supports all 4 arches, relieving pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or stop in for a free fitting. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number 1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, sold on report.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
It is so nice to see how many people are so happy that you and your daughter had such a good time at the Taylor Swift show.
Whitey, I don't think you understand, man. Like, literally, I could talk about this for 4 hours. You keep bringing this up, man. I'm about to hijack the show. It was.
Well, that's why I keep bringing it up.
It was an amazing concert. I literally need a segment to just discuss the good, bad, and the ugly, because it was an experience, man.
Yeah. Amadrox says, Drapes, did you see Era Tour? It's Era's Tour, right?
Eras.
Whatever. Merch is 70% off.
Shut up.
I got a new crew neck, says Amadrox.
Where at? On Taylor Swift website? I ain't going to tell you how much I paid for this.
Well, it's over with. The tour's over, so now they put the holiday sale out there, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
You can't sell it at the shows anymore.
But here's the thing, fellas.
Today's Green Monday or something.
Is it?
What is that? I haven't heard that.
No, that's something new.
It's like Cyber Monday, kind of, I think. Yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing, and you guys let me know how you feel about this. Buying merch at the stadium, at the arena, at the venue is a lot different than just ordering it online.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say you go to a concert, Whitey. You want to get the official concert T-shirt that you were there. You don't want to go home and order it. That's kind of, it's not the same. It's not authentic.
Look, you paid a little more for it. That's fine. You don't have to talk me into it. The money's already spent.
I'm just saying.
It's like what Emmerich says, right? It's the experience, Drapes. You see, right? You trying to get that in there?
Yeah, exactly. I will say this, though. The merch lines were insane. Like, it was so bad. Like, I I'm telling you, it was so bad. But there was a point where I told my daughter, I said, you know what, honey? I'll just give you $250 so we don't have to wait in these lines. Like, it was that bad. And so I was going to order it online also. But then I'm like, man, I'm all about authenticity. I got to get it, you know? I'm the same way about a jersey. I'm a jersey snob, Whitey. I only buy jerseys from the team store. I'm not going to Dick's Sporting Goods and getting the jersey. I need the authentic team-issued team store jersey. Same way with concert merch. I'm not just getting it online.
So do you want to tell us about the show now, or are you just going to...
No, let me set it up in next segment. Next segment,
big fella.
You really piqued my interest when you said something about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I know. I'm waiting on the ugly part.
Yeah, you got to stick around. Don't go anywhere. Like 13 minutes, I got you covered. But it was, yeah. I need a full segment, Whitey, to set this up, big fella. I don't want to rush through this because I'm sitting there watching the concert, and I said, when I get back on Monday, I'm going to let the fellas know about this. It was something else. It's a cult. I'm going to just leave it like that. It's a cult out there, Swifties. It's a cult.
What's next for the Swifties?
I don't know,
album
man.
or
I don't know, man. But we're going to be depressed for next year because she just came out with one in April, you know. Maybe Chiefs go to Super Bowl. We could see her on TV a few times, but other than that, there's nothing.
Don't speak that into an existence.
Will she make a surprise appearance at the Super Bowl? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's
we can hope, right, Jay?
Here's the thing. Jay's not a Swiftie, not a Taylor Swift fan per se, but I guarantee if his daughter was in it, he would be. Like, I saw a number of dads and daughters out there. Like, and even if Jay went to the concert, I think he'd be into it.
He loves music.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, Whitey. You know,
Maybe
I drive in.
I almost responded. I had
Jay, let me get this off.
No,
fella.
not to you, to what Whitey was saying.
All right. Here's the thing, fellas. I was driving in, you know, I take a shower, I listen to music. I've been listening to Taylor Swift all day. All day. Never had done that before by myself.
She needs her own channel on Sirius XM.
No, I think she did already. Yeah. I think that was last year, Whitey. You missed that, dude. That's she been there, done that, dude. Yeah.
She has enough songs already for her own channel?
Dog, she performed 44 songs, 3.5 hours. She has like 10, 12 albums. Yeah. Like Taylor Swift, yes. Like she didn't even do some of my favorites. It was crazy. 3.5 hours straight.
Did you guys know the set list?
Yeah, of course. Oh, people are like, how do you find the set list? I'm like, oh, it's 2024. You don't know how to find a set list anymore? That's easy. Yeah.
All right. So the thing with the Kings here.
Yeah, what you got for me?
I was just going to say, we pointed this out already. This week's kind of about putting last year behind them because last night was the type of game they lost last year, right?
Yeah.
Come home, you play a bad team. And then also they get to play the Pelicans this week and the team that they just couldn't get past last year. So this week is all about putting last year behind them and moving onward and upward.
A la exercising some demons.
Yes.
Huh? Okay. All right. I get that. I'm with you on that because, you know, we look at what they did not only yesterday, but Friday also, to your point. No Victor Wembanyama, no Vassell. Usually we let our guards down. That didn't happen. Same thing last night. Bad team coming in. Put your foot on them. That's what they did. Now you got another demon you get to exercise coming up. And that's, you know, the Pelicans. Sure, they're shorthanded. That's even more reason to beat their butts. You know what I mean? Like stomp on them. And then I'm going to throw Denver in that mix also. Everybody talking about Jokic and how Sabonis is bootleg Jokic and stuff like that. No, let's go handle our business against them also.
What did you think? And I saw you right after it happened on TV.
Yeah.
What did you think of Mike's 27 after possession, after possession, after possession, after possession, after possession?
It was amazing.
You were a little worried, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I really,
okay.
I thought there was a glitch in our video or something. I'm like, he kept going on, and I'm looking at the video. I'm squinting my eyes because sometimes you can see a glitch, but you didn't see that. He just kept going. But you know what I loved about it, and I said this on the post-game show. The fan base, the arena, announcers, it was like we had just won a championship or something. Mike came in there strictly focused, business oriented, didn't, wasn't smiling and giggling Like, he knew, so what? That's how it shows. Like, this is how this team is supposed to play. And 27 times, another possession, or, after possession, after possession, after possession.
I think Jay has it for you.
Does he have it? Oh, my. It's kind of painful to listen to, though, isn't it? All right. Jay, you got it, man. You got it, Jay?
Stacking plays the right way. And what I mean by that is we don't need the home run steal. We don't need the home run three. We just need to be methodical by stacking or playing the right way, possession after possession, 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 after possession. You guys got what I'm saying, right?
About halfway through, I started to worry. Like, I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Did you think something was off?
I wondered. It's like,
Yeah. No, I thought the same thing. I'm like, are you all right, Mike?
Yeah.
And like, what made him stop there, though?
I don't.
Why not 30? Like, you know what I mean? What made him stop there? But no, it was tremendous, dude.
And you had a producer because I was sitting there going, how many was that? And you guys had it because your producer added them up.
Yeah. Our guy Trevor, who's like our stats guy, sat there and counted.
27.
He said 27. I heard Dave and him say 26 earlier, but I don't know.
It was a lot. 26 times.
He said it once, but said it 27 total, but repeated it 26 times. Yeah, man. It was and I was thinking, and I think I said this on the postgame show, Mike Brown, another memorable postgame. He's had some. Mm-hmm. Remember the one where he holding up the laptop? Yeah, it's like, dude, like, and I love the fact, like I said, everybody's celebrating like we have won a championship, and Mike's like, this is how you got to be after possession, after possession. I thought it was tremendous.
I think you have to give him a lot of credit because look at where we've been and where he's been over the last week, where he's been talking repeatedly about how they're not doing what I'm asking. Remember I said Friday, it's like he's lost a team. But look, he's gotten them, or he certainly deserves some credit, no matter how they got to this point, where 2 games in a row now you've seen the Kings offense return. He deserves a lot of credit for that.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. I mean, and here's the thing about it. You talk to the players and the staff. As much as outside the organization, people talked about, are they tuning out Mike, or, are they on the same, like, I never heard that from anybody inside the organization. And, asked Malik about it the other day. And, he'd mentioned how they're still together. Ask Domas. They're still together. Like, they're still grinding and working at it. And so this whole narrative that, maybe they're tuning out Mike, we're seeing it's just not true right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jay, Amadrock here in the chat. He says the hoodie that Drapes had is now available in XL for $22.50.
I got to see it to believe it now. Hold on.
I'm on there right now. I'm on the site right now. It is available.
Is it? For the deuce?
Dog, I only paid like $30 for it. Come on now.
Oh, okay. That was half of what you paid.
I didn't go and tell you how much I paid.
That thing is $1.25.
Yeah, you in that neighborhood. You're in the neighborhood.
Is it really 22?
Drapes, yeah, $22.50 right now.
Oh, I'm gonna drop post a link.
Yeah,
for all the Swifties in there.
Yes, it's.
If you got the $22.50, you couldn't say this is from when I was there.
You know what, man, and I'm blessed and fortunate that I'm able to afford something like that. But I'm gonna go on right now and buy a couple more at the sale price. And that's one thing about that concert experience that I'll talk about next segment even more. People lose their minds, fellas. Like, you do things you wouldn't normally do at a show like that. And it's really a cult following to an extent.
You're overtook by, as you said,
you get swept up in it. It's like buying Super Bowl merchandise and stuff like that. It's like going to the Final Four, buying that. It's because you're a part of that event. And because everybody else is doing it, you feel like, oh, I got to get some too. And it's just like a herd mentality out there.
Drapes on the end of the eras, his Good, Bad, and Ugly on the Taylor Swift shows in Vancouver over the weekend. Next on Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the capital for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your number one customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our number one customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Here comes Floyd, throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 12th for Thursday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams.
20, one block and he's in.
This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
I'm Craig Ashton with the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. It may sound contradictory for a personal injury firm to wish you a safe holiday season, but we at Ashton & Price wish that no one has to suffer an injury in an automobile collision. But if you're an accident injury victim, you can lean on Ashton & Price to do all the legal legwork. They introduce you to the best medical care providers in the area, so during this holiday season, you can focus on your health and your family. So from all of us at Ashton & Price, we advise you to have the happiest and safest of holidays.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Shop limited time deals on last minute gifts now at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Werner 6-foot aluminum stepladder. Was $89, now just $39. Plus, get your choice of select Craftsman V20 tools for only $39. And save time and money with free shipping on orders of $45 or more. Because Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/5 through 12/11. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii.
If you've been too busy to sign up for your health insurance plan, it's understandable. It's also why there's Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see the plans available to you and even speak to a licensed insurance agent. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. They'll answer your questions. And when you're ready, even help you apply. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. Getting your new health insurance plan could be easier than you think. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Sign up for Sky River Rewards and you'll get $15 free play to use on your first visit. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Woo! Good news. Amadrock in the chat said that the sweatshirt Drape says that he got at the Taylor Swift show. Amadrock said, yeah, you get it for $22.50 right now. But Drape says, no, not this one. Right?
Not this one. Not the one I got, Amadrock. I believe this is the one I got is the new one. The one that's $22.50 is last year's tour version of the sweatshirt. This is prior to Torture Poets Department album coming out. That's last year's. This year's model is $48.75, I think it is right now.
So you don't have the $22.50 one?
No.
Let's go.
That's
No,
like the
I'm not gonna-
2023 jersey. It's 2024.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they changed just a little.
Limit is 10. You can get pick up
bro.
10 like that.
No. I am on the site looking for some things, seeing what kind of deals. Like I'm looking at this T-shirt I might get for my daughter or something like that, another Christmas present. But I'm good, man. Like this sweatshirt, I'm good.
I know you're going to tell us all about the show. Before you do, can I just ask you,
yes,
how cool was it to have that high of that great experience with your daughter? Then you come to work at the Kings game, and then they have that incredible victory like that.
It was a great week, an emotional weekend, like in terms of just you're riding that high. And like you said, I made it to the arena in time, did the show and everything. And it was like a celebration out there, of the Kings fans and winning that game the way they did. Like I was working, but it was nice to be able to relax and work too. Like it wasn't like I was dialed in 100% and living on the edge of the seat. Oh, we up by 30. We got this. Let me work on this reel while I'm watching the game. It was nice.
All right, so take us up to Vancouver. Take us through.
Why do I have
weekend.
to? Okay, all right. Let me tell you my game plan. So I did not fly into Vancouver and stay in Vancouver because the cheapest hotel was the Best Western at the airport, $800. So we flew into Seattle, drove up to Bellingham, which is, 20 minutes outside of Canada from the border. I was telling you and Jay, what should have taken a 45 to an hour ride from Bellingham to the BC Place Arena took 4 hours, Whitey.
Whoa.
And so as I'm driving or not driving, depending on the traffic situation, I'm thinking Taylor Swift is an economy all to herself.
Yeah.
The hotels, car rentals, airports, like everything was about Taylor Swift.
I think she sold, $2 billion worth of tickets on this tour?
Yeah, it's crazy.
2 billion?
I
$2
believe that's what I saw,
billion.
yeah.
I just saw that too. I think I saw
Yeah.
like 2 point something, 2.8 or 2.6, something like that.
Did she go overseas, Drapes, on this one?
Yeah, she's been overseas too. And so I get to the arena. It's raining. It's, we were late, not late to the concert, but we wanted to get there at 3:30. We got there at 5:30. And so I find parking. We walk up. There's a massive line. And these Swifties got tons of bracelets. And you're supposed to exchange bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter, she made bracelets all week. I walk up and I'm like, yo, are we doing this or what? Are we exchanging bracelets? And everybody's like, yeah. And it was just, it felt, guys, not like a concert, but like an event. And I get inside in the merch line. I think there were 3 merch booths down low and 3 up top. The merch line had to have at least 500 people in each one. Like it zigzagged down the ramp. It was insane. And I'm like, these people are crazy. Like I told my daughter, I said, honey, we can't wait in this line. We wait in this line, we're going to miss part of the concert. She's like, I know, Dad. So I said, I would rather just give you $200, $250 and we just order it. She's like, okay. Well, what wound up happening is I talked to one of the security ladies. She said, well, once the concert starts, everybody runs out of line and goes inside. So if you come back out, you'll be able to, it's only a 15, 20-minute wait. So I did that during the show. But the thing about it, it was smooth. It worked out, 15, 20 minutes. But the problem I had, fellas, and trust me, I had a good time. But every bathroom was a women's bathroom. They even turned the men's bathroom into women's bathroom because of the demographic. The demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so I go to the security. I'm like, yo, where's the men's bathroom? She's like, well, there's one down here and one upstairs. And she's like, but you can use the all gender one. So I say, all right, I'll do the all gender. I go to the all gender. It's like 20 guys in line at the all. It took 45 minutes to use the bathroom. I've never been to a stadium show. I'm sure you guys maybe have. It was too much. It was too many people, the lines were crazy long. It was just too much. And those Swiftie fans, and I like Taylor Swift, but the way they treat her, guys, I'm watching grown women cry at her songs. I'm watching young girls cry like you would think it was Michael Jackson or the Beatles or somebody like that's how big she is.
She is.
Right. I didn't know it. I knew she was big, Whitey, but I didn't know people had an emotional investment into her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really is. And so this lady I saw over at Jack's Urban Eats, she said her daughter had a miserable time in high school. But when they went to the Taylor Swift concert, you could literally see her whole mood and change. And so it got me thinking, fellas, I would love to see a documentary, not of the concert, because the music is the way people react to Taylor Swift. Like there was a segment, guys, where she stood there for like 5 to 10 minutes, just stood staring, and people are just going crazy. And I'm like, we really shouldn't idolize a human being like this. Like
the documentary will not happen.
It won't happen.
She will not.
She won't let it. She won't sign off. But the way people react to her is crazy, insane. And I'll say this, and it makes me think of her, Rihanna, Beyonce, whoever. The ability to command 60,000 just like that with a look is, I mean, it's nothing I've ever experienced before. And think of the power that she has, fellas. Like it was amazing. And so my daughter had a blast. Taylor Swift did about 44 to 45 songs, 3.5 hours straight. Once the concert started and she got on stage, it was tremendous. It was everything I expected to be and a whole lot more. And as I said to this woman I met earlier today, here I am 2 days removed from it, and it was better than I even expected. Like it's getting better and better as I get further. I'm listening to the music. It's connecting with me. Fellas, I'm telling you, this is not a concert. It really is, like the lady said, Joshua Tree. It's an event, man.
Ward says they have a documentary series coming out on NBC very soon about that, Drapes. Ben to the Young says people are going to church when they go to a Taylor Swift concert. People who can't afford it will have meetups outside of the stadium.
Are you serious?
Jay, I'm in the concert. I go get some merch. I look outside. There's like 1,000 people outside just trying to listen to the concert in the rain.
Just to be in the area.
Just to be in the, yes,
feeling
Jay.
the vibe, feeling the energy.
Yes, Jay.
That's
It was, and here's the thing. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, all this for Taylor Swift?
What does she do for 3.5 hours? What is Taylor Swift going to do for 3.5 hours?
Perform.
That's going to have me entertained.
But you got to understand, Jay, she got the best concert money can buy.
I agree.
The best engineering, pyrotechnics, everything is
light show,
everything. And
a circus.
Right. And I like Taylor Swift. I probably like 20 to 25 of her songs. So half the concert, like the folklore stuff and everything, I'm not into.
Right.
But there are some people who it is a religious experience. I met this woman from St. Louis. She came by herself to Vancouver. By herself?
How old was she?
She was probably in her 40s. By herself, Jay. Like, it is a phenomenon like anything I've ever seen. Maybe Michael Jackson, when we were growing up, but I was too young. But in the last,
like Elvis,
like,
yeah.
Dude,
Beatles.
Got to be on that type of, the Prince, like you said, Elvis.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. It's totally overboard. And this sweatshirt I'm rocking, I'll say it, cost me $120. When would I normally pay $120 for? Like, that's not my game. Like, I pay $50, $60, $70, $120. But people were in line by the thousands looking to buy this stuff. It was. But the best part about it all, man, my daughter kept saying thank you. And it wasn't thanks, Dad. It was, Daddy, thank you. So, like, it was so heartfelt. Mm-hmm. And so as I'm driving in today, fellas, I'm here to say, if Taylor Swift had a concert 6 months from now, a year from now, I would take my daughter again, because the bond it created with us, and to see her that excited and happy and singing along, man, that's priceless.
Get her out to
it's
Southern
priceless,
Health
bro.
Park, baby.
Yeah, right. Seriously, man, it was. I'm not a Swiftie like everybody else is. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, people are going crazy. But as I remove myself from it, days go by. I'm like, that was a tremendous weekend I had with my daughter. Man.
What was the first encore? Was it something from Dead Poets Society?
That's not the name of the album, man. Put some respect, Dead Poets. Tortured Poets Department. Karma, Tortured Poets Department.
Okay.
And her last song was Karma. It was tremendous, man. It was. And now that I listen to it, fellas, I see more clearly what her lyrics mean. Because I get it. I get it now.
Where's the Pantheon? You've been to, as you said, you've been blessed to go to Super Bowls and cover NBA Finals and All-Star games and other concert. Where's this fit in the Pantheon? I'm always interested in that. People, that's one of the questions I get all the time when it comes to concerts. Like, what's your favorite concert?
It's not my favorite concert in terms of act. Like I said, I've never been to a stadium show. I like more intimate shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I like more where I can see the artists, their facial expressions. But this is top 5 because of who I was with. The same way All-Star Weekend in Salt Lake a couple of years with my son was top. Like, when you have somebody you love like that and you get to experience it like that with them, come on, man. It's up there, Jay. It's up there. It's top 5 easily.
Where would Prince would have been if he would have performed there one time?
Oh, man, I was about to say he would have been up there. He would have been up there also. But Run DMC's up there. NBA Finals is up there. But this was a movement, man. This was like I said, there needs to be a documentary. What they should have did is like pick 4 families and just follow them from the day they woke up to go. Like, and you could see how crazy people act.
Do you know what a great episode of Draper's Capers that would have been? Do you have any idea what you taking your daughter to the show?
That would have been amazing. I thought about it.
Might have been your highest rated episode.
I agree.
Might have been. Just put Taylor Swift in anything.
Like hashtag Taylor Swift. I agree. I thought about it like driving today. I'm like, I should have documented this. It was amazing. Tremendous.
Yes. Glad you had a great time. 369-1140, 1-800-920-1140. When we come back, I'm sure we'll have more on Taylor Swift. 49ers finally wake up, but may have already missed the playoff bus. Next on Sacktown Sports.
We were both young when I first saw you.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, layoffs on the line, golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Get huge year-end savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado now at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing lease and some of the roughest.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
There's never been a better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because we're still celebrating Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And there's a reason people keep coming back because it's the place where a handshake still means something. Off Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And Merry Christmas from Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, if you're a 49er fan, you know how this goes this year, right? Isaac Arendo sprained his foot yesterday, had an excellent game in the win over the Bears, and now his foot sprain jeopardizes his status for Thursday's game against the Rams. That's just the way it goes this year, Drapes.
Damn, who they got on the roster?
Works.
They got any more running backs left? Jeez.
Yeah, they got the guy that played, Taylor Jr. played a little bit, but yeah. You know, the 49ers with the big win yesterday reminds me of years ago, I used to take a bus to school, and the worst feeling in the world was if I ever woke up to the bus honking, uh-oh, because there's no, I missed the bus. Because then I'd have to go in and tell my dad, who worked really late at night at the newspaper, Dad, I missed the bus and you got to take me to school.
Oh, what would he do? How would he
not
have
he
reacted
did
to
it,
that?
but it was, it wasn't like, oh, well, no problem. So that's kind of where the 49ers are right now, right? Yesterday, they woke up with a big win, but especially with Seattle winning and the Rams winning, it might be too late. They might have missed that playoff bus already.
Yeah, they didn't really gain ground. And, with 4 games left to go now, you're looking at it like, where's it going to come from? It might be too little, too late.
Yeah.
And I think probably the biggest surprise in the division, maybe outside of the Niners and their struggles this season, is Seattle might be actually pretty good. Yeah, it's crazy.
Gino.
Yeah, and to go on the road and beat Arizona the way they did, and I'm looking at this Niners roster, Whitey, and all the guys that are injured, all the guys banged up, and I'm looking at Garendo go off running and catching the ball. I'm looking at Juwan Jennings have a fantastic year. And it's almost like a changing of the guards, by necessity, obviously, because of the injuries. But you're seeing the next crop of 49ers stars starting to develop before our eyes.
Mm-hmm. But to your point, I mean, people can criticize Shanahan. We all criticize Shanahan. And when things aren't going well, the coach obviously deserves some of the blame for that. But the injuries have been, even for an NFL team, it's been borderline unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm not making excuses because
let me reach for the excuse book here. I still got it.
You said it yourself.
I still got it.
It is an incredible number of injuries they've had to deal with. Some of that is their fault for depending so much on so many older veterans. That's what you get.
Right.
You take your chances. But it has been. It's bordered on the ridiculous.
It is. And to your point, a guy plays well.
Yeah.
Has a great game.
Sprained foot. Which would be fine, except we got a game Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Short week.
Yeah.
Short week. Yeah, you're right about
big
that.
Game.
Yep, big game coming up on Thursday against the Rams, who look decent.
Oh,
they look really good this past week. it's just it goes back to what we've been saying all season. They just seem snake bitten. You know what I mean? They can't get that momentum, that ground. You know, it's even though you beat the Bears, well, Seattle wins, the Rams win. You know, they're still ahead of you.
Yeah.
In the division, and so I'm of the thought if I can peel back the curtain just a little bit, Niners fans, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I'm not counting the Niners out till they're out.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I'm like, I'm not a Niners fan, right? I've gone on record saying that. I'm not gonna, pour dirt on them until they are mathematically eliminated. What if they win the next 4? You know what I mean? It's probably not likely, but it's still a possibility. And so I'm not going to call this team done yet, toast, or anything like that. There's still a glimmer of light out there for them to capture.
I was with you until we talked to Mayoko Friday, and I asked him if they have to win the rest of their games. He said, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not good enough.
Really?
Remember?
I do remember that, but
and yesterday, it's like, wow, they look like the old 49ers again. What happened? Well, like we were saying about the Kings, 49ers were playing a bad team yesterday. But not only that, one thing we've learned this year is that the 49ers struggle against man-to-man defense, right?
Yeah.
So the Bears come out and they're playing that 4-3 cover 2 zone, and Brock Purdy's like,
picking them apart,
Jesus.
like holes in that thing like Swiss cheese, bro.
Yes. They destroyed them.
Yeah. And I only got to see part of the game, but like the Bears are awful. Like the players didn't want to be there. It seemed like
right.
it seemed like they're ready for the season to be over. And so as great as the Niners looked, like Jay said regarding my Kings, it's Utah. They only beat the Bears.
Right.
It's the Bears. Like literally, I thought, damn, they should fire this coach too. They were that bad last night, yesterday afternoon. And so, but they're still Whitey. Rams.
You beat the Rams, you're 500 again, Jay.
Exactly.
Huh?
That's a win.
Jay?
Lock him up. You're going to catch me at 2 a.m. talking about lock it up.
Jay.
Lock of the week.
Oh, man. But I know it's tough, but I need to look at Seattle's schedule. Do they have an easy schedule remaining? I don't know.
I haven't look at Seattle's schedule.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're
they
2
still
games.
have the Rams.
Yeah, they still got the Rams, huh? So Seattle, I got it right here. Packers, Vikings,
One flip. Good.
at Bears, at Rams.
Okay. I'm smelling 3.
You're saying that they might be 1 and 3.
I smell something in the air, Drake. It might be 3.
Seriously. So the Niners still have a heartbeat, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm not counting them out
If
yet.
they were the Niners, but they don't have their guys. You know?
They're down to, think about this.
The
They're
helmet
down
says
to
49ers, but
4th string running back.
Yeah.
They're down to a 3rd string left guard.
yeah, they lost their left guard.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Barch was done. Yeah, so now you're down to a 3rd string.
Your receivers are like,
Yeah, I mean,
way down on the depth chart.
their cornerback is down. Maybe Dre Greenlaw sounds like it's going to come back. No confirmation. Huff came back with the club on his hand this past weekend and actually played pretty well. PFF had him graded high, then he got out, and what happened? Jair Brown came in, giving up wide open passes. So it's just an uphill battle. And this other thing too, fellas, if they get into the postseason, no CMC, probably no Jordan Mason. Who knows what's going on with Trent Williams and his heel, his foot? We don't know what's going on there, right?
Yeah.
So, but we know CMC and Jordan Mason's probably done. Who knows what Garendo's going to go through now?
Yeah. They showed CMC yesterday in the
press box,
wherever he was. And obviously he's not happy that he's hurt, but when I looked at him, I just got the sense that he was watching the game thinking, I'd have scored 4 touchdowns.
I know. I'm like, damn, I could have been playing in this one.
In the first half, I had 4 easy.
Yeah. It's that defense was Swiss cheese, man. I'm watching Garendo just run through that, and it's they did what they had to do. Like to me, and I'm sure you guys like their season's on the line this week, and you may think they're already done. I don't know, Whitey, but this is the one. They lose this one,
you're right.
Then I'm gonna throw some dirt on them. I'm gonna start pulling out the shovel and digging that grave for them.
Yeah, your boy Brock had a good game statistically. 20 for 25, 325 and 2 touches. And if you see that, you'd think he was slinging it all over. But no, he's throwing like crossing routes and stuff and finding George Kittle wide open in the seam in the zone and just throwing it to him. They got a lot of
easy
yard.
stuff.
Yeah,
Easy stuff. Where has this been all year?
Yes. It's because teams don't play the zone against them.
Yeah, it's so what you're telling me then, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're not taking much out from yesterday.
It was good. They needed it.
It's good. They needed it. But in terms of,
it's going to be hard to repeat.
Repeat that. Yeah. I will say this, though. This is why I give them a chance come Thursday. The Rams just played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Like, they played a hell of a shootout.
Yeah.
Can they do that again? Can they play at that high of a level again? Or will there be a little letdown for them? Short week, coming off an emotional game.
Point.
I do think the Niners have a chance.
Yeah, they do. It's just, you at the NFL level, you need a running back.
Yeah.
You got a guy.
I know. Like,
you ain't feeling Patrick Taylor?
Touchdown.
Drake said,
nah. Like, I mean, and you're right, Whitey. Garendo going down, with
Patrick
the injury.
Taylor, 7 for 25 and a touch.
Ooh, a tug, baby. That's a tug in there.
Short week, man. Short week.
Catch them off guard, fellas. You can catch the Rams off guard.
Jay, what do you think of this? Deebo Samuel, 5 carries for 13 yards. Why do they keep giving him the ball?
That guy.
There is and I think the discussion we'll have this during the summer sometime, knocking on wood, and we're here, is Debo's probably done as a 49er, right?
Yes.
Like, he makes too much money. They paid IU. The way Jennings is playing, I think they're going to have another contract conversation again with them. And then the other part is they have some people, like Hufanga, Greenlaw. There's a couple guys they got to make some decisions on. So the other part too is I know CMC just got up again this past year. We probably need to start talking to him too.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, in the form of you need to cut back that salary, young fella.
You just gave him the extension, Jay.
Yeah, but you ain't do nothing this year.
Damn, that's a cold business. That's a cold business.
That's why you go Juan Soto. That's why you get whatever you can when you can, right?
Got to ask Drapes about his Eagles, because his Eagles, they won yesterday.
Yes,
they don't
sir.
seem too happy.
Yeah.
Also, have the Kings really been getting bored? We'll come back with that on Sackdown Sports.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's that time of year. You know what time of year it is. The Mercedes-Benz Vans year-end sales event is underway. Don't think twice, because it's the perfect opportunity to take your drive to the next level. They're perfect for any business needs. Mercedes-Benz Vans, they offer a wide range of commercial vehicles. Trust me on this. They got Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or how about just a plain old passenger van? I could do that also. They're fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, I'm a big guy, I could fit in them comfortably. So now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you with all your van needs. Ask about customer cash and even special financing options. And business owners, now is the time to take advantage of those year-end tax breaks. So take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
Hey, everybody in our neighborhood has been busy putting up Christmas lights, and I finally broke an embarrassing 3-year losing streak by getting our lights up before Skip the neighbor got his act together. One day, our neighbor across the street, Robbie, was looking at our house, and I figured he was going to say something nice about the lights, which he always does, but instead he said, "Hey, I like your new garage door." So do we, Robbie. Thanks, and thanks to National Garage Door, 638-4554. Having a new garage door, it's almost like having a whole new garage. National Garage Door met all of our high expectations with the way Daniel came out, took down the old door, got the new one up and running in no time. Turns out there are a lot more things you can do with a garage door and the associated technology than there were when we got our last garage door in 1937. National Garage Door, meanwhile, has been around since 1974. Their doors are very nice, can do wonders for your curb appeal and your neighborhood appeal. And if you've got garage door issues, they've got the answers at National Garage Door. We couldn't be happier with our new door. You'll be happy too. 638-4554. That's National Garage Door.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Did Taylor Swift do any Christmas songs at the big show in Vancouver?
Nah, no Christmas songs here.
Here's a Taylor Swift note. According to People, Taylor Swift has given out $197 million in bonuses to everyone who worked on the tour, including truck drivers, caterers, instrument techs, merch team, lighting, sound, production staff, assistants, carpenters, dancers, band security, choreographers, pyrotechnics, riggers, hair, makeup, wardrobe, physical therapists, and the video team.
Jay?
Shouts out to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
Well, that works out to like
Shouts out to-
$14 a person.
Oh, now.
Do the math.
Oh, my God.
Listen, man, 'tis the season. If anyone, put it this way, and this
She's
goes
like,
for
here,
everybody.
everybody, here's a holiday scratcher. Good luck.
How much you done gave away? How much have you gave away to our fine employees around here?
I haven't
Come
given
on.
anything yet.
Exactly.
Did you say a scratcher, man?
Look, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's hate right there. That's
Listen,
hate.
if anyone can give back and to whatever value or whatever, value that you can give to, please do it. 'Tis the season.
Right. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Why he
Come
trying
on,
to,
Mr.
He out
Wilson.
there trolling. He out there trolling right
Hey,
now. I'm
back
not
to
falling for
scratching.
that. I'm not falling.
Well, how many, in reality though, like how big of a team do you think she had? They probably have like 2,000 employees.
Serious. Easily. Right?
Gotta
I
be.
mean,
To go play from jumping across the pond to jumping around stadiums here, there's got to be an easy 2,000 to 5,000 employees.
and think about it. And I said it earlier. Like, this is probably the biggest tour. I don't know. You guys, maybe in the last 20 years in terms of, attendance, money. Like, she has the best anything could buy. And it's not even necessarily about her, fellas. I'm talking about the backing from Live Nation, from Ticketmaster, whoever, is running things. Like, she's too big to fail at this point.
Yeah. It's an event. It almost doesn't matter how well she performs,
Right,
right?
right.
Because it's the event. So, I mean, and it doesn't matter, but was it a good show? I mean, I know it's almost not the point of it anymore for any act that gets that big.
Drake's ain't gonna be real.
No, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
You mentioned, we said, it's like the Beatles. Supposedly the Beatles would go out there and all these girls would be screaming. They couldn't even hear what they were doing.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Well, my problem, you're speaking to a guy who, like I said, I'm not a stadium show fan. I'm not a fan of stadium shows. I need to see the sweat on your eyebrow. Like, I need to feel you. When you're in a stadium show, they look like a little blip, like a little Lego piece out there. And so from that point, in my opinion, it was not a great show. But
that's not the performance. You're just saying.
I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. In terms of the performance, hell yeah, it was. I mean, she gave it her all. You know what I mean? Like, and I've noticed from the start of the show to the end of the show, the sweat, the hair was messy. Like, you come out, everything's perfect. By the end of the show, it looked like
mess,
you
huh?
yeah, she's a mess. It looked like she performed for 3.5 hours. And so, but here's the thing. Like, shows to me, there's only so much you can do as an artist. Like, I go to rap shows all the time. like if a rap, like what makes a great rap show? It's not necessarily the rapper though. Like unless you're Method Man diving into the crowd and stuff, like there's only so much you can do. It's everything around it. The pyrotechnics. It's, like when Pink came to Golden One Center, she's flipping in the audience. It's not about the singing or the, because
I understand.
You understand what I mean?
What's going on around it?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, I know in the last 15 years maybe, artists don't make as much on sales anymore. They have to tour.
They got to tour.
That's how they make a lot of the money that they used to make by selling gold records.
Mm-hmm.
People don't buy CDs and records.
Yeah.
Like they used to.
And I think
so the shows have to be better. And I think it's great when you have, anytime I go see an act, Foo Fighters put on a long show.
Yeah.
That's great. 3.5 hours. Like, thank you. I didn't really get my money's worth because tickets are so expensive, but thanks for making the effort.
Yeah.
It's close.
So according to this website, Music Business Worldwide, she makes grosses $14 million in sales per show. That's just in ticket sales per show, which is crazy.
That's
Tickets
like you with your Mercedes spot every time it runs.
Dude, I should get some residuals off that. You know what I mean? Like a check in the mail every time that commercial runs. But it's crazy that she's making $13 million per show, and like you said, she's did like 100 of them over there. It's insane.
Yeah,
sellouts
she sells
everywhere.
a lot. I said, artists don't sell as much, but she sells a lot.
Yeah, she sells a lot.
Records.
Yeah. And I would imagine you guys know how this is. The streaming, her streaming deal is probably better than anybody's. She's not getting 0.00001 cent on the stream. She probably negotiated a pretty solid streaming deal, I would imagine too.
All right, Trace, before we get back to the Kings, and I'm not coming after your Eagles. Your Eagles are flying high.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. They won yesterday, and, they struggled maybe a little bit more than you'd think against Carolina, but we have from Clutch Points 2 reasons for concern after Eagles' narrow win. New York Post, A.J. Brown irked by Eagles passing game after slim win over the Panthers. Let's see. Here's experts rethink Eagles standing after shaky win, according to the Sporting News.
What?
Anything going on? I mean, why is this just a bunch of noise? People are just looking for something. They're playing so well now. People are going out of the way to find something to.
No, because if you look at some of the quotes from the players afterwards, Devontae Smith, he talked about, because Hurts only threw for 108 yards yesterday. So Smith said, what's missing? Well, being on the same page, thinking the same, seeing the right signals, just going out there and making it work, and even Jalen Hurts said, I think the Panthers did a good job. I think we did a bad job. And it starts with me, how I execute, some things don't get you until it gets you. And there's definitely been some urgency there trying to figure it out. So they understand. Despite the wins, they aren't clicking at all cylinders. Saquon's having a hell of a season, MVP caliber season. But you guys know how it is with wide receivers. They got to get fed too.
Mm-hmm.
They got egos too. And if they don't get fed and you're throwing 108 yards, what I'm worried about is that the Eagles' foundation isn't as strong as it should be. Think about what happened last year. So to me, it could crumble at any moment. Like you need to build up some goodwill. And it seems like they haven't fully, strengthened their foundation yet.
From the reporter, the mood in the Eagles locker room was a bit more bleak than it should have been for a team riding a 9-game winning streak. Barkley's consistent brilliance aside, Hurts and the Eagles slogged through another rough offensive outing.
Yeah, it was.
But they're still in the running for the top seed in the NFC.
They are. They really are. But here's the thing, too, Whitey. Like I said before, I don't know. As a fan, I want to think the Eagles have worked through all the issues of last year. But when they hit a rough patch, which they surely will, how will they respond? And it sounds like even though they won yesterday, they're a little, shaky right now. And so I'm worried about my team. What if they lose? They got a little interesting schedule come up. What if they lose this next weekend? I think, is it the Steelers I think they have coming up?
Yes, sir. Saddle for Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What if they lose? Is it going to be more finger pointing, people going to be questioning Jalen Hurts going forward? And so I'm worried about my team.
All right, when we come back, we'll get back to the Kings. We'll get back to the phones, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Mike Brown said some interesting things last night. Have the Kings really been getting bored? We're all over that when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Shriners Children's Northern California, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root op with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At Makita, good enough is never enough. Anyone can throw in a stronger motor, but it takes precision to find that balance of power, performance, and longevity. We obsess over every detail. We design, test, redesign, and do it all over again to create tools that'll keep going with you from project to project, job site to job site, year after year. If it's not right, don't put your name on it. Makita, available at the Home Depot.
It's the year-end event right now at Folsom Lake Kia with huge year-end savings, low finance rates, and zero-down deals with approved credit. Come see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the locals, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Here you go, Drapes, from Banta the Young, unofficial show researcher. Thank you, Banta. Top grossing tours of all time, according to Wiki. Number 7, Pink. Number 6, Harry Styles. Number 5, U2. Number 4, Ed Sheeran. Number 3, Elton John. Number 2, Coldplay. And number 1, Jaeger.
Wow.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I believe it too, because I know how much I spent out there. So, and it's the thing.
You are the one that put her ahead of Coldplay in the first
I did,
place.
right?
You
How
personally.
about Coldplay being number 2? Like, and Ed Sheeran number 4. Like, when I think of highest grossing tour, I guess the money is different now, but like you would think it'd be iconic, like Michael Jackson.
Isn't it kind of like quarterbacks though? It's
yeah,
like whoever's next.
yeah. Who's ever next? Yeah, it just keeps going up. Yeah, you're right about that. But man, it was. You ain't going to hear me to say a bad word about the show, but just those Swifties they're crazy, man.
You're a little rattled by that whole thing.
I really am, because it's nothing like I've ever experienced. Like that kind of idolatry, like the way, there was this one woman, standing next to my daughter. She stood up the entire time and knew every word to every song. And I'm like, how do you know all this? Like, she did 44 songs, Whitey. Like, I know about 25 of them. Like, but there are people, this is their jam. This is it. This is it. Yeah.
I bet for a lot of those people, they've probably been, they go to a show and like, oh, how can I save up money to go to the next one?
Right.
What's the tour? Give me the tour dates. Oh, I could probably go see her in Detroit.
Right.
Now it's like,
And now it's over.
Yeah.
This is it. Yesterday was the last day.
Damn. So over for Swiftie fans, but for the Kings fans, is it just beginning?
Just
Drake?
beginning,
The
Big
Kings
Bang.
back.
Yes, sir. We are back in a big way. Herder's back. The team is back. The offense is back. The bench is back. Mike Brown is back. How about that? Mike Brown seems to be back. And so I know it was, a couple teams that we should easily beat, but we've had trouble this season doing that. And so what we did this weekend, and the way we did it, Whitey, if we would have won 100-98, I wouldn't be feeling this way. But we dropped 140 and 141. Kings basketball is back.
Everything we've been saying about the offense should be this, and this is what they thought it would be. And it's like, well, yep, there it is.
Exactly.
And they played freely. I know you want a team to be able to play a gritty style, but they were grinding against themselves.
Yeah.
Everything was tough to come by.
Right.
And then last couple of games, it's like, yep, that's it. There's a flow to the offense. I thought it was very interesting what Mike Brown said after the game, and there's been all the focus. We focused on it too. All the focus on where he said after possession, after possession, after possession. But the interesting part to me was where he said we have to keep at it and not go for the home run plays and not get bored with the mundane efficiency of executing. I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to figure out what he means by that from a basketball standpoint.
That's literally what he said, right?
Yeah,
You
he
get
did.
bored.
Yeah, bored. Yeah, and it's like, is it boring to make the extra pass? Are they trying to, go one-on-one and, make the highlight reel play to Sports Center step back three? Like, what does he mean by that, do you think? That when you watch them, did you sense a boredom with them the way they were playing?
I never thought of it that way. If he means anything, I think he means you want to be methodical, like his old, he was on the Spurs, right? When they were really
Spurs,
good.
yeah.
He was a lesser assistant.
Yeah.
And the Kings they get caught up in some of the lobs and things. Maybe he's talking about all the times they try to lob. I'm not going behind the back. I don't think he likes it when Malik throws that underhand shovel.
Right.
I remember him saying like, we were underhanding the ball. Maybe he just says, look, we just need to focus on making the right play.
Yeah, making the right play. And was it Keegan or somebody? Oh, it might have been Malik on Friday, who basically said the ball is moving now. Like it's moving. No, it was Kevin Herter last night on TV on the post-game show. He's like, you could see the ball actually being moved around, not sticking. And, that's Kings basketball to me. And so when I look at it last night, and I understand last night's numbers are kind of skewed because they threw up so many points, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with 4 or more assists. Yeah. Like everybody's getting involved. And that's how you got to play, though, Whitey. Like, here's the thing, and you covered those great Warriors teams. You understand. Like, they had 5 guys that could pass the ball. Like it wasn't just Steph dribbling or Clay dribbling. Draymond was moving it. That's how we have to be. And still being able to get DeMar some of his one-on-one buckets, too. But when you throw Malik out there with Fox, Keegan, Domas, and DeMar, like, that ball should be hopping around, man.
Yeah. And as you said it there, I wanted to look it up, make sure I was right. Yeah. DeRozan had 4 assists last night himself. Yeah. You know what I think it is, just watching him last night? The ball moves more freely and more quickly and with more energy when everyone wants it. You know, there's certain nights where you could just tell. And it's not like, I'm not saying everyone's like trying to avoid the ball, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
Keegan had a shot. I know he didn't have a great offensive night, but he made a shot, a corner 3 last night, where you could just tell before he even got in the corner, he wants to shoot that.
Yeah.
Rather than, oh, I've got to shoot this.
That's a big difference there.
Yeah. And Herder, obviously, is like, heat check time. He was just
right. He was
everything he threw in the general direction the basket was going in.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, too, to your point, Whitey, about guys wanting it. It almost was like guys were scared at some point, dreading shooting the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like you're saying, they're dreading. Now it should be like Thanksgiving dinner where everybody's looking to eat. Oh, I'm trying to eat too. And like then you create a 5-man unit that is more harmonious, if you will. Instead of, little Johnny over in the corner not wanting to eat the cornbread at Thanksgiving. No, Johnny, come get some of this. You can eat too. There's enough to eat for everybody.
One of the keys to the Beam Team 1 was nobody expected much out of them, right? And they relished the opportunity to show everyone you're wrong about us.
Right.
And last year expectations were higher. This year, DeMar DeRozan expectations were high. And this team at times struggles with the weight of expectations.
Yeah.
And it looks like now, last night, they figured out it doesn't matter. Let's go play.
No, you're right about that, because that was an issue last season, like you're saying. It's, you start, believing your press clippings, you're the darlings of the NBA a couple of years ago, and then the moment kind of gets too big. And, this season even, you had DeMar, everybody's, including me, expecting 50 wins, 51 wins. And then when it doesn't happen, it's almost like instead of digging in and pulling yourself out, you dig deeper, and it was spiraling out of control. It felt like there for a minute, Whitey. I don't know how you felt about the season, but a week ago, before that Houston game, it looked like this team was in some big time trouble.
I think we both said Friday that if they lost that game to the Spurs, which they did, onward and upward, I think we both said something might happen.
Yeah, something might happen. So but then they had their 2 best wins of the season, and the way they did it, man, and the fact that at home, we finally had a blowout win, a win that the crowd can feel good about. It was good.
But it's like I heard Ramsey point out today when he was on with Alan Stiles, and he quoted Henry Turner. And Henry mentioned, I think, on one of our shows that they've had like 5 games this year that they've kicked away. So now as you try to get back into things and get back in playoff position, your margin for error is slimmer because you don't have any more. You don't have as many games that you can afford to kick away as you're trying to catch up to teams.
No, you're right about that. That's the problem. It's, you dug yourself this hole, and you almost not be perfect, but you can't lose to the Charlottes anymore this season. You can't lose to some of these bad teams because you got to make, and now you got to go out and beat some of the good ones as well.
Yeah. Dennis Youngblood in the Chateau. Herder just has to get 10 points on our winning percentage is tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah. AB916 says 50 is still very possible. How about that,
I think I wasn't AB916 predicting like 57 or something like that.
That might have been the great Curtis Hicks.
Oh, yeah, that was Curtis Hicks. It is still very possible. We need like a 7-8 game run right now, Whitey. This December, too, when you look at it, heavy home schedule.
Yes.
A lot of home games coming up. This is the opportunity to get there, because that January schedule is tough. You got to go on the road, Boston, I think, New York. You got some tough games. Handle it now.
Is there any way to your professional eye that you can explain why the 3 is going in now? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
We all think the ball's moving more. Well, they're doing this or doing that. Or, well, it starts with defense, but
because
the 3s go in, the Kings do win.
Exactly. And that's the thing, Whitey. It'd be different if they weren't getting good looks earlier in the season, but they were getting good looks and just missing it. And so here's the question that I pose to you. Now are they about to go on a torrid shooting streak to balance things out? You know what I mean? Like eventually things got to get back to a normal level. And so, and I'm not saying they're going to shoot 50%, but is Keegan going to go on the check? Kevin Herter now, might he shoot 50% for the next 2 weeks?
You getting Dougie some minutes now, Coach?
Maybe. Dude, that was to me the most impressive thing. Like, oh shoot, Doug McDermott can still shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need. And so we'll see.
Yeah. When does the Soto show come to
Ooh.
Sacramento? We'll look at that when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30, tip-off at 5. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by San Francisco 49ers.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Winds go light tonight. Tuesday morning, a much colder start with valley temperatures in the low to mid 30s, afternoon highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News on the KCRA app.
This report is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers. Be there December 12th for Thursday night football at Levi's Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams. This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten. Tickets are available at 49ers.com/tickets.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here comes Floyd, throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 12th for Thursday night football at Levi's Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams.
20, one block and he's in.
This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
The holidays can be tough for some, especially if things from your past are still following you around to this day. Now, don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season, as an expungement can help. And that's where the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez comes in, as he's local and has a great track record. Now that expungement can help you get a job, get your life back in order, and you'll also get your constitutional rights back. He's offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. Call 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most people know that the term birdie in golf refers to a score of 1 under par, but where did the term originate? According to Scottish Golf History website, it comes from the early 20th century American slang term bird, which meant anything excellent. While a 1911 edition of Maclean magazine described a golf shot as bird straight down the course about 215 yards, the country club in Atlantic City lays claim to the first use of the word birdie. In 1898, A.B. Smith was playing the par 4 second hole when his second shot went within inches of the hole. That was a bird of a shot, he said, and claimed he should get double money if he scored 1 under par. He did indeed hold his putt, and the group thereafter referred to such a score as a birdie. In 1913, acclaimed writer Bernard Darwin wrote in the September issue of Country Life of his visit to America. He explained that it takes a day or two for the English onlooker to understand that a birdie is a hole done in a stroke under par. and now you know. That's Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Sussex.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Keon Ellis about 20 minutes ago on an X. Think I just experienced my first earthquake? Might be tripping, though. I'm from Florida. Do we have an earthquake anywhere near here?
Yeah,
Anyway?
in Nevada. Yeah, it was up on the
okay.
screen here on
Okay.
news coverage, the station that we're stuck on. We still stuck on that station?
I believe
up there?
so.
Yeah, 5.7, I think they said.
Oh, okay.
And people are asking in the chat earlier, did we feel it? I didn't feel anything. No. Have you ever felt an earthquake?
Oh, yeah. I was at the World Series game.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Damn. I've never felt one before. Like, yeah, I haven't felt
Really?
one. So, yeah. It's super scary, though. Like were you? Is it just,
No, I mean, I've never been in one where things start falling. I'm sure that would be scary, but otherwise they're just like, by the time you realize what's going on, they're done.
they're done. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
haven't
the most part.
felt one. And so, yeah, people in the chat are saying it. And I watched news coverage. Dude, we got to move these TVs down so you can see. Like, it was up
You
there.
know, I
like,
saw it and I thought, oh, they're talking about the one last week or something. I didn't know.
This one breaking news. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. All right. The ground is shaking in Major League Baseball with the news that Juan Soto going to the Mets. Can you imagine what that's like if you're a Yankee fan to
Right.
lose a guy to the Mets? The Mets.
The Mets. And,
Yeah.
yeah. I was talking to our guy, Scott Navarro, downstairs. And, you know, it's one thing. Like, it would, if you're the Yankees, you don't want to lose them to anybody. Dodgers, Red Sox were in the mix. But your crosstown team,
Mm-hmm.
you got to see them every day.
It was always your little brother.
Right, right. And now they're outbidding you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new day, man. It's a new day.
Uh-huh. The Pirates, to their entire payroll over the last 10 years. Last 10 years, the Pirates have committed $757 million.
Wow.
Juan Soto's contract, $765.
One guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's here's the thing, fellas, and we were talking off air about this. Shout out to Juan Soto. Get your paper. Get it. I understand it. But this might be one of the worst investments ever. This is a guy, and you know, we talked about it, that might just be a DH. And I think I was on social media on Twitter or somebody. David Ortiz, they said, parlayed the DH role into a Hall of Fame career. I think they said the most he made was $16 million a year. Soto's getting $51 million a year, and at some point he's going to be a DH. Probably soon.
You can make a case he should be without, but he's a phenomenal hitter.
Yeah.
And with the Mets, if you have all that money, it's like, what do we care? Down the road, if we're paying him too much, we'll just either get rid of him or we'll pay somebody else.
Pay somebody
you have
else.
that much money.
Yeah, that's, I mean, a tremendous player. I get it, but my gosh.
No, I'm with you. I saw Frankie. You know, Frankie's a big Yankee fan.
Oh, yeah, he's a big Yankee
He
fan.
said last night at the game, he said, yeah, I was kind of in a daze. It was not good news for him. But I said, you know,
Really?
you might, yes. I said, you might. And to him, also, he said he'd rather him go to the Blue Jays than the Mets. So the Blue Jays are in your division. He said, yeah, but they're not
the
very
Mets,
good. But
though.
the Mets,
Yeah.
the Mets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie ain't lived and lost in New York a day of his life. What are you worried about? The Mets
That's a
and
good yeah, good point. But I told him what you said, Drapes. I feel the same way. It's like, you know, it hurts short term, but you're probably better off that you don't have that albatross of a deal, hanging over your franchise for all those years.
Right. And especially you guys tell me, like, in baseball, does one player move the needle that much?
Usually a pitcher
A
might.
pitcher,
But I'll
yeah.
say this for Soto.
Yeah.
He won a World Series with Washington. He went to another World Series, went to San Diego. They were in the postseason. He went to
So
the
everywhere he
Yankees.
goes,
They
he's
went
like
to the World
in the
Series.
mix. Yeah.
Not that it's all him, but
right.
he has an impact. When will he be in Sacramento, you may ask?
Yes, I want to know.
Let's hear Friday, April 11th. Saturday, April 12th, and Sunday, April 13th.
What's the Kings'
The Mets
schedule?
will be visiting the A's. The Kings are home Friday, April 11th versus the Clippers. Saturday, they don't play, but then Sunday, it's a day game for the A's and the Mets, and for the Kings, the regular season finale against the Phoenix Suns on the 13th of April. So
All right.
two of the days when Soto's here in
Friday
April,
and
the Kings
Sunday.
will also be playing.
So Saturday.
Same time.
Okay. All right. My birthday is April 10th.
Playing the Sacramento A's?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So if any of you guys want to pony up and get some tickets or something like that, that would be a nice little birthday present. We go Saturday the 11th.
But yeah, I can only get them for the day.
All right, I'm sure.
When you're
right?
working.
Only for Saturday?
And let me ask you guys.
You can only get them for Friday or Sunday.
Yeah. Are we contractually obligated to do the drive guys from Golden One during Kings games? Do we do it from Sutter Health?
That's a good question. It's a great question.
Like Soto in town.
I'll tell you this about your tickets, and I'm not saying no, but my daughter, I was just talking to my daughter Lonnie Saturday.
Yeah.
She's been watching tickets for the A's and the Padres. The Padres are in that week.
Yeah.
And I believe she said, and I don't think individual game tickets have gone on sale yet. She said she's been monitoring. She definitely wants those tickets. She said $400 to $1,000.
Shut up.
Is
For the
get
Padres?
in. That's what she said.
When the Padres come to town?
Yeah, which is just a few days before that.
I can't do it. I'm still trying to pay off these Taylor Swift tickets.
come on
You know
now.
what I mean, Jay? Shoot, I might be able to get a
April against
credential.
the Padres, $400 to
Unbelievable.
$1,000.
Unbelievable.
That's wild. The first season is going to be bananas, though. It's going to be so much press and media, and it's going to be tough to get games. And I've seen people say this, fellas, in the form of, but they're going to be losing and all that. But it's just what Drake's we've been talking about. It's an experience.
Right.
You're going to not a new ballpark, but a new team playing in a new ballpark, Sacramento. And we know how Sacramento shows out when it comes to new sports being a part of our community, different events. It's just going to be an experience to get out there, So tickets going to be through the roof first year, guaranteed.
Because they're just, the demand will outstrip supply, at least initially.
Right.
Because everyone wants to go out there and see what it's like.
Who's got the least wanted ticket when they come to Sacramento? Who's that team?
My guess would be Tampa
White
Bay.
Sox?
Tampa?
Tampa.
White Sox.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
But I think it'll still be banged out.
Maybe.
A small park, first year in Sac.
I was going to say White Sox, Tigers.
Yeah.
Tampa's normally decent. Like, they're pretty good. They figure out how to still be decent.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nobody cares about them.
No, they don't.
Even their own, we're going to build you a stadium.
No, don't worry about that.
No, we're not.
No, we're good. We're not.
We were going to, but then you had the hurricane. Sorry.
And you know what? That's about another 500 million. Yeah, man, we'll put that into the new
Doesn't
stadium.
pencil out. Yeah. Sorry about that. But
We're
we
going
love
to
you.
play in Florida. 888.
So single tickets aren't on sale yet, though, huh?
Last I saw, and I apologize.
I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
So Jay, I'm gonna do you a solid right here. I'm gonna Google Sacramento A's, and let's see if you would think it would come to like when you Google it, at least the A's team link, nothing there. I can't. It's not even a link to the team when you Google.
And there's so much demand, they don't need to do that yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they don't need.
Yeah. By the way, River Cats attendance is going to go through the roof this year because they've got a new in-game on-field MC.
Our
by the
boy
name of
Alan Styles. Okay, A Styles. I see you out there. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to him, man. This guy's working. He's grinding.
He works hard for the money,
dude. I tell you what, that guy can turn around a video, a selfie video, like a reaction video, like nobody else.
You know? Who inspired him to do those?
Who? You?
Bonte.
Oh, really?
Bonte does those, and then Alan Styles started doing
Oh, come on,
I love
man.
Bonte. I just say that way because that's what Chris
Bonte.
says.
Don't be taking advice from career advice from Bonte. Come on, Alan. No, I'm messing with you.
So I'll be very interested to see how they do attendance-wise, how the Kings do when it'd be great if we can fill both venues.
We should be able to, right? We're a big enough city.
I guess so.
Yeah, we're a big enough city.
I think they've done that before, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the River Cats have played on the same. At the same time.
What's the do we know the game times on that at all?
Two of them are day games. I think the Saturday and the Sunday.
Saturday,
are day games,
Sunday.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. The Friday is the night game,
I
which
think
is
the
unusual
Kings-
because they don't have very many day games.
No, they don't. And I think the Kings, that Sunday game is probably a day game
It
also.
is. That is correct.
Last game of the season.
Yeah. It'll
Which
be
could
interesting.
be against Phoenix. I mean, who knows? That could be a very significant game.
Significant game, right? Playoff positioning here. Let me look. Phoenix, let me see. 12:30. Wow. That's head-to-head.
Do you think that might be one of those things where the NBA is playing all the games at the same time that day?
Yeah, I think the West Coast and then the East. Yeah, exactly. But they'll be going head-to-head.
Yeah.
Kings better represent.
Yeah. By the way, Mr. Baseball J, what about Adames going to the Giants, baby?
Yeah. You know, fellas, it's gonna come off like a lot of hate here. being a Sacramento.
Oh, here we go.
fan,
Here we go.
No, it's a good signing, and it's something that the Giants needed, and it's a splash. I know they got a brand new regime, so you got to give them some love to the fact that they're trying to go win. You know,
for years it's been like we wanted this guy, but we didn't get him.
Right. You know, and even going back to the Correa situation, like you had him, and then he's like, nah, no, you don't. You know, so like you got to give him some love, and they've made some decent signings over the last 2 or 3 years. To me, and this is, you know, here I go hating. I believe the Giants have kind of got caught in the form of they won those 3 championships with a bunch of nobodies. And and no disrespect to those guys because they're champs.
Okay.
But in reality, Drake's like, name somebody off that team.
Right.
That's not a pitcher for the most part. And so that's what I'm saying is that I think the Giants fans have kind of got caught in that. Is like, look, we can win championships, a la 3 of them, and not have big name players. And that's probably how I should have said it, because they're not nobodies. These guys are professional ball players, got there, made it, salute to them. But they don't have the star power. They didn't have the star power. And so I think the Giants going to get some of these stars are good for, what happens at the Oracle and for Giants fans. Now, for me, as an A's fan, I hate to see it, but I'll be honest, I'm not really scared of Adames. I don't think he's gonna be that good for that much longer, but we'll see.
I think the Farhan plan was to keep costs down, then through the farm system, develop all the young guys, which is what they did in those years you're talking about.
Yeah,
you got these guys that are good and they're cheap, but those guys never got there. They had
there.
a few here and there, but overall, it's like that wave never.
And that's the toughest part
arrived.
Because it's hard to argue that because they won so many championships. But if you look at those championship teams, like the Brandon Belts and all that, like those are good ball players every day, but there was no star power. What took them there was the pitching, and they got lucky a couple times. Again, shouts out to Brooks Conrad from the Atlanta Braves. And you need luck to win championships, but I think that's the tough part with the Giants when you start to look around the atmosphere of baseball is you got the Yankees, you got the Dodgers who've been crushing it with their money. You got the Mets, you got so many of these different players teams. The Rangers have spent big time money in the last 5-6 years, right, fellas? Like the Cubs are out there. So it's tough when you're a Giant fan to look around and accept like, you know what? We're probably 10th when it comes to spending money. We're probably 10th in line.
Mm-hmm. What a difference a blowout makes for some of the Kings numbers. We'll look at those. We'll look at this John Collins thing too.
Yeah.
As we take you up to Monday Night Football. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip off at 5. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
My whole identity had been wrapped up in being a soldier. To have that so violently ripped from me when I was wounded, I was lost for a very long time. When Wounded Warrior Project came into my life, being around the other warriors, people that had similar experiences that I did, it was a game changer for me. Having King join the group, that was the beginning of a really good friendship. It's a good time.
I first heard about Wounded Warrior Project through CQ. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I qualify. But having been a part of it, it's kind of taught me that it's not just the wounds that you can see, but it's those that you can't.
When you do something like a peer support group with Wounded Warrior Project and come together from different walks of life, man, the growth is incredible. If not for Wounded Warrior Project, I really don't think that I'd be here today.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino. With over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And now that the holidays are here, there is no better time than right now to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back from now through January 2nd. You may say, Kyle, what is the Holiday Love Celebration? Well, let me tell you. At Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can discover exceptional offers on a new Mercedes-Benz like the 2025 GLC 300 SUV. It's just $559 a month for 36 months. They also have a full lineup of SUVs, vans, electric vehicles, and of course, certified pre-owned vehicles with rates as low as 2.99% APR up to 72 months on select vehicles. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton believes in the true Mercedes car buying experience. So make the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and see what a true car buying experience is really about. Or of course, you can go online at mbofstockton.com.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by Malik Monk. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
All right, Drapes, look at some of these numbers for the Kings. And I know the way they're playing right now, it's not really about the numbers, right? But it is. The Kings season numbers on the rise. You have a couple games like they just had, and all of a sudden, some of these numbers that we've been looking at and going, well, that doesn't look so good. They're starting to look a lot better, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
For the Sacramento Kings.
Yes.
Yeah. 7th in offensive rating.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about defense?
13th.
Okay.
So you're close. I don't want to say it. You're close to being a top 10 in both.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Considering the record and how it feels, and they're not that far off, Whitey.
13th in defensive
Yeah.
rating. A few years ago, we would have thought,
Right,
this
right,
team's 13th
right.
in defensive rating. They will never lose a game.
That's what we were asking for. Be middle of the pack, and now they're in the upper half. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. 3-point field goal percentage. We know that, it's been rough sledding this year. Well, now they're up to 21st in the league. That's not great.
Okay,
but,
okay.
they were way down there,
yep.
28th or whatever they were. They're at 346. Again, they're capable of better than that. And I know I myself had been questioning whether they really are ever going to be able to do better. We've been waiting for them. Oh, they're going to start going in. And I've been one of those people that said, are they really? Do we really know? Well, they
are now.
They're starting to fall.
They are. And let me throw another one at you, too. Net rating, combination of offensive defense.
That's a big one, isn't it?
That really is. It's both, They're 10th. And I'm looking at the teams in front of them, Whitey. All playoff teams, OKC, Cleveland, Boston, Memphis, Dallas, Houston, Knicks, Warriors in there, Orlando, and Sacramento.
Yeah, that's not 10th in the West, right? That's
10th in the league.
Association.
In the league. Yes, the association. So, and they aren't even playing their best basketball yet for an extension.
I bet you there, and I saw this somewhere last week, I bet you there aren't many teams that have an under 500 record that have a positive net rating, are there?
I got that for you right here. Let's see. Minnesota, Miami, Clippers,
and my point isn't
Denver,
to say, you're still losing. My
Milwaukee.
point is to say you may have a losing record, but your point differential suggests that you're better than your record. Says.
Yeah, the next team with an below 500 record. We're the only ones in the top 16. No, it's top 17. Detroit is 10-15, and they're 18th in net rating.
Okay.
But everybody else, winning record.
So that doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't give you anything, but it suggests that things are headed in the right direction.
Right. It gets you in the club. You're part of the club. You just got to get some more wins.
How's Doug McDermott shooting the 3-ball this year?
You got those numbers right
He's
there?
at 404 right now after last night. 404.
Dude, wasn't he at like 20% the day before? Yes. Oh, my. Small sample size. But even he's knocking down to 40% right now.
Kevin Herter's up to 323.
Okay.
We know he's much better than that. Okay. But, last week it's like, he's got like Willie Thomas batting averages the same as his 3-point percentage. Yeah. Keon's up to 43% on threes. But the only numbers that really matter, 12 and 13 in the West, 1 game out of 10th, 2 out of 6.
Right there.
2 out of 6.
That's a good week, Whitey. That's a good string together 3 or 4 wins in a week. You're right back there. Like they aren't that far off from being a playoff team. I'm not talking playing playoff team. Mm-hmm. And, when we talk about the 3-point percentage, do we give Domas some love too?
Yes.
And I know it's a small sample size, Whitey.
Yes.
42.9% for Domantas Sabonis.
And he's getting a little more confident with each one he takes.
Mm-hmm. We saw it last night. Malik's at 38.4. Want to see Fox get up. He's at 33.1, but it's starting to come around, man. It's starting to come around.
Mm-hmm. So right now the Clippers are 6th, 14-11. The Kings are 12th. So, they're only 2 games out, but you've got the Nuggets, Lakers, T-Wolves, Suns, and Spurs between you and the 6th spot.
Yeah.
So as we know, it's the West. It's very crowded.
Very crowded. But here's the thing too, Whitey. Let's look at the schedule for the next couple of weeks. You got the Lakers twice, so you can hand them some losses. You got Denver coming up on Monday. You can hand them another L. So this next couple of weeks, you can really make some ground up in the standings. You
better, right? I mean, let's be honest. Like, this is great, but you better.
Yeah, you better. And I'm looking at the West. Outside of Dallas, nobody's really like playing great right now. OKC's 1-3, Memphis 3. Dallas is 1-7, but the Warriors 4-6 in their last 10. The Lakers 3-7 in their last 10. I'm looking at Sacramento 4-6. Like nobody's really lighting the world on fire.
I think any team in the West that goes on, as you mentioned earlier, one of those streaks of 5, even 6, 7 games, you're going to because this whole conference, they're just knocking each other out on a semi-nightly basis.
Yeah, you're right about that. And here's the thing too, you look at 5 through 12, separated by 3 games.
Yeah.
That's nothing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, you got 7 teams or whatever it is, 8 teams separated by 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing.
Now, I'm still looking at getting into the play-in. Am I aiming low? It's like, get in there.
You're definitely aiming low.
And then after you get there, then you start to look at getting into the playoffs proper. But to me, it's just like, get into the play-in picture to start.
They're a game out of the play-in.
Yeah, I know.
Are they kind of in the play-in picture now? Or?
They're in the play-in picture, but they're not in the play-in.
Man, I'm
They're
looking
12th.
I'm looking at the Clippers, the Warriors. Like, I get it. You know, it's baby steps to this. You got to go in levels to it, if you will. But when I look at the Western Conference standings, I still think at our best, we're better than the Warriors. At our best, we're better than the Clippers. At our best, we are better than the Nuggets. We're better than the Lakers. And so I'm looking at who we're battling for the top 6, Whitey. You may be looking at the play-in, but I'm saying I see 2 teams in the top 6. They got to get out of there.
Yep.
You know, Sacramento got to kick them out somehow. That's how I'm looking at it.
Houston didn't look great last week, did they? They didn't have a very good game.
They lost to us and Golden State, right?
Yeah, but when the Kings played them, I mean, I was kind of like,
whoa.
Okay.
But nah, they didn't look good.
And I hate to say this because I know they just had a big win over the Celtics. Memphis was very beatable when the Kings played them.
Yeah.
Were they not?
They were.
I know Ja was not
Ja
good.
was, yeah. And it's crazy how that is, right? That we you know, should have beat them. Let's keep it real. We should have won that game. But then they beat the Celtics in Boston, Whitey.
Yeah.
And
with Ja with
the reverse
goodness, that was
dunk. And the NBA is weird right now. I look at a team like Utah, and I understand they beat Portland by 40 or whatever it was, but then they lose to us by 40. So that means we should beat the Blazers by 80 next time we see them, right?
Yeah, book it. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Lambert's been hanging on. Let's talk to Lambert on Sacktown Sports. What's up, Lambert?
Well, I don't mind hanging on. I was just glad to listen to what you guys were talking about. But the advice I have for you, being from a winning tradition, Grant High School just won the championship, city championship, the day after Thanksgiving. Then they went all the way to Mountain View last weekend and won Northern California. And then I'm also a Boise State alumni. And if you don't know about what Boise State's accomplishing right now, so my point is, when you come from a winning tradition, you can't get too high, too low. This is only 25 games into an 82-game schedule, so you have to keep your poise and don't throw people under the bus. So that's all I have to say. And also, to the Bay and Back cheesecakes, we've gone viral. So if you look that up on Instagram, it might make you guys hungry. I think I offered you a free cheesecake, but, you know, we don't beg over here. So as long as you guys reach out to us, we'll get you one.
I would never turn down a cheesecake. Thank you,
Really?
Lambert.
Oh, send it in, Lambert.
I don't know if that's allowed or what, but I would never turn.
Right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's send it in.
Yeah.
I'm all about freebies.
Yeah. I know what he's saying. And you know, it's like Jay's been saying, hey, beat Utah. Big deal. But it's such a relief to be able to look at this team and go, this team might be a really good team.
Right. Exactly.
Last week, that was hard to do.
And here's the thing, Lambert, you know, we can look at it both ways. Don't get too high, too low. But in the West, if you're struggling, these games matter. Like, I understand it's an 82-game season, but if you're losing to Memphis and Portland and all these other teams, like, it's a keep up with the Joneses league. And so when we finally start turning it around, I'm going to celebrate that. Yeah, it's 82, but these games are so important because the West, as we just said, 5 teams within, 4 to 8 within 3 games. It's going to be packed up, man.
Javier joins us on Sacktown
Javi.
Sports. What's up, Javi?
How you doing, Mr. Gleason and Mr. Draper?
What's up, man?
I don't mean to be the pessimistic Peter, but I just cannot, for the life of me, I can't hear this. We're better than the Nuggets? We're better than the Clippers? Sir, with no disrespect, we talked at the game. This team has consistently shown nothing but inconsistencies. I don't know one good team that the Kings in 2024, 2025 had beaten. I'm looking literally at the entirety of the schedule. I mean, they beat the Suns, and then they beat the Suns again when Durant and Booker or rather Beal were out.
They just beat the Rockets, Javi.
Okay, and the Rockets very flawed, and I mean, look how their coach acts at just the lack of composure he has on the sideline.
Hold on, Javi. Who's your squad?
16-8.
Who's your squad, Javi?
No, but what I'm saying
Who's
is,
your squad, Javi? Who's your squad, Javi? Who's your squad?
Not even letting me.
No, you just talked for 2 minutes, Javi. Look, who's your squad?
I'm a Kings fan, but I'm a realist Kings fan. They're not better than Nuggets.
Let me ask you this, Javi.
How are they better than Nuggets?
Let me ask you this. This is what I said. I said at their best. Don't have selective listening. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. This season, they are better than at their best this season. Denver has some issues right now, Javi. They got Jokic and a bunch of merry men after that. Like, their team is not deep at all. They're a flawed team. And now, at their best, I'm saying, when the Kings are at their best, I believe they are better than those teams. The problem this season is we really haven't seen the Kings at their best. That's what's so frustrating about what we're seeing. We know this team is better than what they've shown through the first 25 games.
Sir, with all due respect, the Kings have one of the worst bench lineups in the NBA. You said that they have married men next to Nikola Jokic, rather. Jamal Murray is a world beater. I don't care. I love De'Aaron. But to act like Nikola Jokic is playing with Tom, Dick, and Harry, that is blasphemy.
So Jamal Murray, who's averaging 18 points, who's banged up right now, who is struggling this season, is their second best player, and he's averaging 18? Dude, if De'Aaron Fox woke up averaging 18 points, he'd get in the gym 24/7 and go back to John Calipari and fix his game. Jamal Murray right now is a role player during the regular season. A very good one, but he's not all-star. Dude, we got 3 all-stars, and I'm surprised Javier is being negative Nelly like this. Come on, man.
We beat 2 bad teams, and a role player. Yo, anybody and their mom would tell you right now he's an NBA all-star, but no one would pick Sabonis over Murray. There's no way, and I'm a Kings fan.
Murray ain't an all-star this season, Javi. You got to look at the games. Murray is not an all-star this season. No way. He's not an all-star this season. He's putting up, third option numbers on a team that's flawed. They're a flawed team, man. I'm not a believer in the Denver Nuggets right now.
The Kings play them
Monday.
Call us on Tuesday, Javi.
As somebody on the 916 said, hang up on this clown. Like, this guy's a Kings fan and coming at us for feeling good. And I said, their best, Whitey, at their best, I believe they're better than those teams I mentioned. I'm not going to hang up
on somebody for saying, what they think and that I think another team's better than the Kings. It's a fair point, but we'll see. Yeah. I mean, Denver is pretty good, obviously. Yeah. But I think Jamal Murray's showing the miles now.
Yeah. He's just not the same player. I mean, going back to the Olympics, he looked a shell of himself. Going into, that Minnesota series, he looked a shell of himself. He's not the same player.
I'll tell you this too, fellas, and there's no disrespect, as Javier talked about. If De'Aaron Fox was averaging 18 points a game, this city would be crumbling.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, folks be marching across
right?
folks be marching across the Capitol right now if De'Aaron was putting up 18. I get it. And I understand it. And that's the tough part, too, fellas, of being a Kings fan is the inconsistencies, which is what Javier's talking about. Mm-hmm. It causes you to think negative a lot of times. Right. So yeah. I get it. I understand where he's coming from.
And,
the passion.
Denver just lost at Washington.
Yeah, I know.
That's terrible. Come
on. That's very bad.
Denver's struggling.
Denver got to the mountain. The Kings haven't got
to the mountain.
That's the difference.
Yep. Now, how about this John Collins thing? Last night, John Collins was here, played well. The more I look at it, Drapes, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks of him. I just think in terms of the matching salaries and things, I don't know that there's any way the Kings could get him unless you parted with somebody that you probably don't want to part with.
Yeah, exactly. And that's true. Like it. But here's the thing, Whitey. I think, and we talked about it a few minutes ago, these last 2 wins, if they would have lost Spurs, you might have to go out there and make some moves.
I agree.
Like, you might have to do something maybe you initially didn't want to do.
Right.
And so, but I think these last 2 wins sort of have quiet things down. You still need to make moves, but maybe not the John Collins level starter move. Maybe, ensure the bench, shore up the bench a little bit. But I'm with you, man. Like, I love John Collins, the player for Sacramento, but it might cost too much to give up just to get him.
I saw something really interesting today at Kings Herald. Greg Wissinger wrote about this. December 15th is when players that signed deals are trade eligible, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also something else. December 15th is when something called the $1 rule is no longer in effect. And that's a limit on how many minimum contracts you can lump together in a trade. December 15th, those limits are off.
So you could
The
throw
Kings
a bunch
have a
of people.
lot, and I'm not saying you want to trade any of these guys, but you got a guy on a minimum contract. You have a number of guys on minimum contracts. You got teams that are, looking at those aprons and trying to figure out how do we stay under those aprons. Some of these guys that are on the Kings roster might be in demand because teams want players who are not costing them a lot. For example, and again, we don't want to trade anybody.
Exactly.
But Orlando Robinson is a team that somebody might go, that guy does some things and he's on a minimum. We would like to have him here. The Kings may have some of those minimum deals that are going to be attractive to teams. It's another thing to keep an eye on. And they also, I believe they have a trade exception.
They do.
Which they got for Duarte and around.
Yeah, they do. They do. And with those, you can't combine it with anything else or anything like that. You can absorb something. But I don't know, man. It's
I still think they need something, but I don't think that big move, I don't think it's makes sense.
Do you agree that these 2 wins, like the sense of urgency, maybe tampered down a little bit, or are we still? We got to do something. Like we got to, do something.
Yeah, to me, it's like, it's what do you say, tamped down, but it's still right there, bubbling under the surface.
Yeah.
If you, heaven forbid, go on a losing streak when we're all waiting for a winning streak, then all that comes back to the surface.
Well, what I'm worried about too, Whitey, is my boy Kevin Huerter, 2 straight very good games. Very good games.
Yep.
What happens if he has 2 bad games? Or is it the trade Huerter chatter going to start again? Then he has 2 good games. I mean, when do we get to a point, and I'm not saying, there's a right answer or wrong answer. Is it on Kevin Huerter to have 5-10 games in a row where we finally say, all right, we're good? Like, where are we at with Kevin Huerter?
But don't you think, Drapes, like somebody on the chat said today, if he scores 10 a game, we're great. So Huerter, he just can't be great game. Where'd he go? Great game. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? As long as he's like, you can count on him for the most part to give you nightly a positive effort.
You know what it is, though, Whitey? I think it comes down to ultimately, are they winning or not?
Yeah.
Because if he scores 8 and we win, nobody's talking about it.
Right.
If he scores 8 and they lose and he goes 4 of 12, Kevin Huerter, ultimately it comes down to, are you winning or not? If you're winning, we're, sure you want to shore up the bench, but it doesn't become we're not looking for reasons why we're losing.
He and Keegan, to me, are kind of barometers of how well the team is shooting the 3 ball. I know last night they shot it well. Keegan didn't shoot it well. I get that. But at least one of them has to be having a good season from the 3-point line, right? Or else it's hard to make it all work. I know Mike Brown said last night, there's things you can do to win even when you're not making the 3 ball. But we've just seen it the last 2 games. It's a lot easier for this team to do the things they want to do when those shots are played.
And those 2 guys are your floor spacers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The threat of those 2 guys opens up so much for everybody else. And when those guys aren't hitting shots, that floor spacing, you could pack in a little bit more. And so that's why we haven't seen the best of the Kings offense for a long stretch this season, because those guys haven't been flowing. It's no coincidence, Whitey. Kevin Huerter gets hot, all of a sudden the offense is flowing better.
So we're back with you tomorrow. Drapes continuing to come down from that Taylor Swift.
About to go listen to some in the car right now. Yes, sir.
Stick around. We've got Monday Night Football for you. Should be, if nothing else, a high-scoring game.
It should be.
Yeah.
Not a lot of defense going on out here.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys, Cincinnati Bengals coming up. We're back with you tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. Drive Guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Sacktown Sports.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the